This is the DELLA Vario 36,000 BTU 19 SEER2 Mini Split AC. If you're looking for serious cooling and heating power in one package and don't like fussing with bulky window units or noisy portable ACs, this could be a strong option. In this quick review, I want to share my honest take after living with this system for a while, including both what really stands out and a few things I think you should know before deciding if it's right for you. The first thing that caught my eye was how sleek and modern the indoor unit looks. The body's pretty low profile for something with this much power, with smooth curves and a white glossy finish that blends easily into most home decor. It doesn't have that old school eyesore vibe like the big traditional AC boxes. The display is slim and intuitive. There's a simple digital thermostat in the middle with a fin below that manages how air moves around your room. The remote's small enough to fit in your hand easily, but still manages to pack in a bunch of buttons like temperature, fan, turbo, different modes, timer, sleep, and even a mute eco option. Personally, I appreciate not having to walk up to the unit to make changes. The phone app is also a bonus. You can control your settings from your phone, and it connects with Alexa, which is a serious plus if you're already using smart home stuff. On the outside, the compressor unit is actually much less bulky than I expected for a system rated to serve up to 2,500 square feet. Even with my limited yard space, I was able to tuck it away without it calling too much attention. And I have to say, for something this powerful, it's way quieter than I thought it'd be. I caught myself checking if it was actually running at first, since the noise outside is super minimal. From my experience, installation wasn't a DIY project. I quickly learned that with something this size, you really do need a professional. There's refrigerant already in the system, and extra steps like line set vacuuming, making it well above what I'd feel comfortable doing, even as someone who likes to tinker. The install process added to my overall cost, but honestly, the results made me forget about that. It also comes with a solid set of copper pipes for the installation and a detailed kit, so my tech didn't complain about missing parts. After getting everything up and running, the difference in comfort at home was immediate. Where I live, summers are tough and winters surprise you with sudden drops, but with the DELLA Vario, the house felt comfortable all day, every day. My living room and adjoining kitchen are open concept, and cooling so much space was never really possible with my older portable units. The DELLA handled it without breaking a sweat. I set the temperature using the remote or my phone, and before I know it, the whole space reaches that level. The 4D airflow isn't marketing fluff. Air gets circulated everywhere, not just blasted in one direction. Even when I had guests over in the far corners of the room, nobody complained about uneven temperatures. The heat pump is not just for show either. On those cold mornings or in winter, the system switches into heating mode and works surprisingly efficiently down to low outside temperatures. That being said, while the heating is effective, if you're in a spot that gets seriously frigid like deep winter in the mountains, you might still want to keep a backup heat source just in case. For regular emergency backups or transition seasons though, it's absolutely fine. One of the key features that sold me is the energy efficiency. The SEER2 19 rating basically means it runs more efficiently than most old-school systems. I noticed my energy bills went down compared with when I used two separate window units to try cooling the same overall space. Ductless technology, like what's featured in this DELLA, uses inverter motors that can ramp power up only when it's really needed. So you're not just blasting electricity non-stop. This makes a big difference over a summer's worth of runtime. And with gold-plated fins to help prevent corrosion, I'm pretty confident I won't have to worry about rust or performance dips after a couple years. What I probably enjoy most is how quiet it is. Inside, I can watch TV or read without cranking up the volume, even while it's running on a hot day. Outside, my neighbors haven't commented on any annoying fan noise, which I take as a win. The rated indoor noise level is something like 26 dB at its quietest, and while I didn't measure it myself, it really does just fade into the background, which is great for me since I work from home. The smart controls may seem like a fancy extra, but being able to tell Alexa to adjust the temperature from across the room or checking on things from my phone before I get home has made my daily life easier. Features like the I Feel mode were new to me, but basically, the unit adjusts airflow based on the temperature where the remote is, not just the wall. Sounds simple, but it helps to keep my preferred spot at the right temp rather than just wherever the unit's installed. Speaking honestly, there are a couple things I don't love. The upfront cost was higher than I expected at first glance, not just for the unit, which is reasonable considering what it does, but with installation added in, it's not a small investment unless you're ready for that. Also, it needs regular maintenance. Cleaning the filters and making sure dust doesn't build up is a must if you want it to run as efficiently as advertised. This isn't hard, it's just something you need to remember. Another small gripe. While the heat pump has worked well enough for my area, if I were in a place with long, hard freezes, I might go with a system meant specifically for extreme cold. From my experience, the DELLA Vario is perfect for homeowners, renters, or even business owners who need to manage temperature in larger spaces without paying for major renovations or installing central HVAC. If you want quiet, effective cooling and heating, and appreciate app-based or voice control, this is honestly a top choice. I'd recommend this for anyone who needs serious power but doesn't want the eyesore of an old ducted system or the noise of window units. In conclusion, the DELLA Vario 36,000 BTU 19 SEER2 Mini Split AC is one of those rare finds that actually lives up to the claims. Cool in the summer, warm in the winter, energy bills lower than before, and day-to-day life just more comfortable. It's not the cheapest or most DIY-friendly option, but if you're willing to invest, it pays you back every day you stay comfortable at home. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the DELLA Vario 36,000 BTU 19 SEER2. Thank you for watching.